Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and I just came to do a flip through of the journal that I actually videoed me doing the cover, and you guys got to watch that. So yeah, so you've seen the cover. This is the cover. I did add some of these pretty little pink rosettes on the spine just to add a little something extra. I thought about putting some lace or something on there, but in the end, I just really loved these little rosettes, so I put those on there. And then that is the back cover of the journal. This one is really big. I don't remember how many pages are in it, but I'm thinking, I don't remember. I'm thinking it's over 200. So we're just going to go in and do a quick flip through. I love how this journal turned out. I had so much fun making it. So on the front here, I just made a little pocket and put a few embellishments and decorations on there. This is just an index card with some ribbon sewn on across the top, flash card, a guest check. Not sure what this is. Oh, it's just a little lined paper for note taking or whatever, and then a scripture in there. So that just slides down in there. Let me make sure you can see good. Okay. So in the beginning, I have just a little one of those little journal cards that I have for sale in my Etsy shop. It comes in a big sheet. Let's see if I have one that I can get to quickly. Well, I don't have one out of the plastic, but so these are available in my Etsy shop if you like those. I'm trying to figure out where I have those. Okay, so anyways, have those. This is just a pocket made out of old book page, and I put a little cluster, so you can actually use the cluster as a pocket too. So just got a couple of index cards in there. Have ledger paper. There is a ton of sewing in this journal, guys, a ton. So have the little vintage card with the kitty cat sewn on there. Super cute. I have one of the tab pages from this book. This was a recipe book. I think it was like an eating light recipe book or something from probably the 80s. So it's not super vintage, but it is considered vintage. Scriptures on a paper clip, and just sewed a little cute little journaling card onto this page. Oops. And then here's a belly band, and it's got, of course, a bingo card. So it's like a double belly band. And then this is just another one of those index cards with some lace sewn at the top. And then behind there is just a really pretty piece of stationery paper for extra journaling. So just slide that back up in there. Maybe. This book is stuffed, guys. This is actually a sleeve for photographs, so you can put a photograph on each side or multiple photographs, or you can put decorative paper or pretty much whatever you want to put in there. Pretty little envelope. I love the size of this envelope, and I love the pattern on it. So there's your good size envelope there. I tried to put a lot of envelopes in here for you to be able to keep keepsakes or whatever in. This is a bag, and I put you some extra little things in here to decorate throughout your book. This is one of my big scrappy tags, and I just backed it onto some regular paper, and I made a pocket behind the bag. So the bag is sewn in, and then you have a pocket behind, and then you have the pocket inside. This is from, well, I've got 2 pages clipped together. Okay, so this is an old Richard Scarry book. This is one of the tab dividers, and I didn't cover up everything on the tabs. This divider actually came from a medical book that I had, but I figured I'd leave that open for you to put, you know, be able to put whatever word or whatever on the tab yourself. So this is just a piece of vintage wallpaper, and I've sewn it on so it flips up, and it's actually a little pocket in behind. And this is where this went. It's a scripture. I just tucked it in there on a paper clip. This is a pocket that I made, like the Kristen pockets. So I just followed her tutorial, so you guys go over and check out her tutorial. And then I just stuffed the pocket. There's a little inventory tag. Sweet, sweet little postcard. This book really doesn't have a theme. It's just a really, and I love it because it's so random, but you can make it anything you want. So pretty little postcard. Then that's just a page from an old vintage address book. And then this is an envelope that I did some watercolor on and just made it from an old book page. Okay. And again, there's no theme to this. You know, I mean, you could turn the page and it'd be something completely different, but I do have lots of laces sewn down the sides of the pages and things like that. This is from an old calendar that my friend sent me. And then I just sewed on several of the pages I did this. I sewed on a few little extra sheets for you. So there is a lot of places to journal in this book. Little fabric sewn there. This is just a journal card. And then you have an envelope with a scripture inside. This is from a vintage children's book about fairies and fairy tales. Butcher paper. This is from an old floral book, and I just sewed some fabric at the top, made a little pocket back here with one of those recipe cards from Selena and some extra journaling paper or decorating paper back there. And then this is actually a tuck too, so I just stuck this little piece down in there so that whoever gets it knows that it's a tuck. There's a scripture. This is some of the recipes from the book. I did leave some of the recipes in because I thought they were super cute. So there's another piece from that calendar my friend sent me. A Charlie Brown page. Another recipe page. Got some cream colored ledger paper. Not ledger paper. Graph paper. A vintage playing card. There's an envelope with a scripture in there. This is from Cricket. And then here is a pocket I made out of that vintage wallpaper that I have. And so I just made a cute little, there's a little card with some fabric sewn down the bottom. Another one of the recipe cards or recipe pages. This is an old children's book about fairies. And I just sewed a little fabric there. Another one of the recipes, hot apple rum cider. This is from a vintage, that vintage book my friend Dina sent me. We have a big size envelope here, and I didn't put something in every one of the envelopes because, quite frankly, I had to stop stuffing this book. It was just getting way too big. There's another one of those picture things. This is from a super cute little children's book that I just absolutely adore. This is Anna Griffith paper, and I sewed a pocket out of some of that chenille that I got from Selena, and then I put you some really pretty wrapping paper, that's what that is, wrapping paper in there to play with in your book. And then there's your scripture from one of my children's books, a recipe, Southern corn sticks. That's got to be good. And then here's from a children's book, and I just sewed an index card down the side. There's another envelope. I just sewed a little plain card there, so you can actually use that as a tuck if you'd like. But again, I didn't put something everywhere, just simply because I was really running out of room. This is from one of my floral book pages, and I just folded it over to make a little pocket. So you've got the scripture in there, and you've got this pretty little envelope in there with the matching stationery that goes with it. So pretty. I love that with the bird. Then this is an index card that I just sewed some fabric on top of. And then a couple of little extra pieces for you to be able to play with in your book. So this pocket is quite stuffed here. This is from an Eloise Wilkin, like a giant golden book, and I love Eloise Wilkin so much. Her illustrations are just absolutely beautiful. So I put one of those in there and I left the whole page because, I mean, how can you cut that? I couldn't cut it, so I left it. This is a page from like a Mother Goose, but it's like a quirky Mother Goose book. And so then I added this little frame here, so you can actually put a picture there, or you can use it as a pocket. I love the colors in this. I just think it's so stinking cute. Some rainbow lined paper, children's writing paper, steamed halibut, yum. Some music paper, and I sewed a little fabric swatch there. Love, love, love this envelope. Isn't that pretty? And it's got a scripture in there for you. And then look at the other side. Such a pretty envelope. And then this is a little pocket, and it's kind of gusseted, so it gives you lots and lots of room to stuff some good stuff in there. There's one of my little scrappy tags, a scripture, and then a pretty little 6x6 piece of paper that I thought you could play with in the journal. That's from that Zinnia book that I love so much. I love, love, love the bright colors. Another scripture. It's got some fat lace sewn down the side. And then I just made a little pocket out of a children's, it's not a playing card, it's a learning card, whatever, flash card with a scripture. And then this is one of those floral cards that you can actually, if you wanted to like trim off a little bit of the edge, you could punch it and add it into the book, or you can cut it up and use the pictures and collage to decorate your book with. Love, love, love this paper. My friend Sandy sent this to me, and I wish I knew where she got it from because I would love to have some more. And then I just sewed a little Yahtzee card on there. Another page from that children's fairy tale book. A little plain card. Another one of those picture sleeves. There's a pretty pink envelope. This is a card that's coffee dyed, so it flips up, but I also made a pocket out of it. I just sewed it in. So you got some extra pieces for journaling, and then a large tag in the back. Here's another one of those frames that I put on the Charlie Brown page. I love Charlie Brown. An old sales receipt. And then this is from one of my favorite children's books, and I'm running out of pages of it. It's called The Bumper Book. Such pretty, vibrant illustrations. So I added a page of that. Another scripture. Another recipe card. Some of these are doubled, so yeah, that one's doubled. Pretty little purple or lavender envelope. This is from that floral book, and I just sewed some fabric at the top, made a pocket on the back with one of my clusters, and you can actually tuck something in there too, so it would go like that. And then a couple of extra pieces of the papers that I used throughout the book, and then an index card that I just sewed that pretty little trim on top, or piece of fabric. Again, I left this to where you could open it up because, can you see the whole page? It's got the cowboy boot on it. So I left it kind of open for you to be able to decide, do I want to make that a pocket or whatever you want to do with it. But I just love this paper. I think it's so pretty. A children's flashcard. There's another one of those little frames. And look at this. Look how pretty that is. I got this from Selena, and I absolutely love this page. It's a good, thick page. Such a pretty page with the birds. And I thought it went cute with this children's book page that had the bird on it. Here's from the Velveteen Rabbit. And I put another, how did I do this one? Okay, it's a frame there, so you can slide a picture down in there. Children's art paper. There's from that Mother Goose, that quirky little Mother Goose book. It's just so cute. And then there's a fabric pocket, and I just put you a scripture and a couple of extra little pieces and an extra frame. Children's learning card. Pretty purple envelope. Lined paper. From a children's book. This is a pocket, and I just sewed some pretty little fabric down the center, and then you have just some extra little pieces to play with in your book to decorate with. Pretty piece of vellum. Some more from one of my children's books. There's another photo sleeve. Some more of the recipe page. Another pretty little pink envelope. Again, I stuffed it with envelopes. There's another frame for you. You can put 2 pictures in there. Graph paper. And I sewed one of those really cool cards that I got with the Bible scriptures on it. I just love those. There's another one of the recipes. Another file tab. And I put a frame there. Another page from the Richard Scarry book. Then I made, I love this fabric, and I don't have a whole lot of it, but it is some of my favorite fabric. It's good, thick fabric. So I just put you a few extra little journaling cards and an index card in there, and I thought it was super cute with the yellow envelope. How pretty is that? And there's a scripture in there. Another page from that Zinnia book with the vibrant colors. Another piece of the graph paper with the card sewn to it. I love this cream color graph paper. It was expensive, but I love it. Then I made a fabric pocket here that I sewed to the page, and it's just got a catalog card, one of those little, I guess flower or floral cards that you get in the kits. I got this from Kristen. A timesheet and then a scripture in the back. Here is one of those little floral pages like I showed you the other one. See how I just cut it and added it in, and then you can do a flip out. You can put pictures, or you can cut this apart and use it as picture backgrounds. Another one of the tabs with some fabric sewn to it, and then this side has a doily sewn to it. And I left it kind of open so that you can decide, do I want to, glue up here and make it a pocket? I just know that paper doilies are kind of thin, so I left it open for you to decide if you want to do that or not. This is Anna Griffith paper. This is so stinking cute. And this is a card, so I just sewed it in, and I made a little pocket behind with some a little page about a bird, a vintage bird card, and then it's just clipped together. And see, it opens up, and I just sewed it in to make the pocket out of it. Isn't he cute with that little frog? So I just kind of tucked that in there like that. Children's art paper with a scripture on it. There's another envelope. Love this page. The sun looks mad to me. But I love how old and tattered this page is. Graph paper, and then this is from a children's book too. I can't remember the name of it, but I put you a frame there. So, and then that is the back of the book. So, yeah. So, if you like it, you can go on over to Etsy and check it out, because what I'm going to do is load the video, and hopefully I'll have the listing ready once the video is loaded. So you should be able to go and check it out. So if you like the video, hit like, hit subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber, and leave any comments or questions that you have below. I'll have all the information as far as page numbers and measurements and things like that in the Etsy listing. So anyways, hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Big hugs.